that doesn't win for the cringiest intro, I'm going to be upset. Because not only did I have to film it and then that footage got deleted, I had to refilm it today. And the core strength that takes is immense. I highly suggest getting on an exercise ball and trying to roll up into a sitting position. Not easy. If you don't understand that intro, it's okay. Because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I do know that it is May 4th. And if somebody hasn't said, May the 4th be with you, then you need to get more boomers in your life, like me. So, happy May 4th, happy Monday. Let's go through some housekeeping and then our expectations for the week. Some housekeeping. If you're not tired of me saying this, here I am saying it again, just to remind you. Please check your Wellington email. I know that we went through it last week on our Zoom calls, how to get into Wellington email and how to write messages so that the message isn't in the subject, it's in the body of the message. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out, okay? Also, before we go any further, I just wanted to say a very happy birthday to Caleb, whose birthday was May 1st, and that is fantastic. I hope you spent some time watching Frozen 2 or spending some time with your brother Josh. Not sure what you did, but I hope that you made it a good one, made it count. So your expectations for the week are your Google form, your discussion, which is your gratitude share in your groups, to record daily in your gratitude journal, and to meet on our Zoom call either Wednesday or Thursday this week to share your music in a time of COVID assignment. Your Google form, so your first expectation, I think it's becoming pretty standard for most of you. You guys have really worked it into your routine, which is fantastic. And to those of you that were unable to respond or haven't the past couple weeks to the Google form, I will be phoning a home near you to make sure that you understand how to navigate that. I've been getting a lot of feedback about how motivation comes and goes. That's one of the big concerns that I've seen in the Google Forms, and I think it's important to know that that's going to happen. And I've said in our Zoom call, and I'll say it again, none of you signed up for online learning this semester, okay? This is unprecedented times. Nobody asked for this pandemic to happen, so I think it's important to be kind to yourself and understand that there are going to be times that you're not going to feel motivated to work, but sometimes the first step towards motivation is just sitting down in front of your device or in front of your notebook, just so that you're prepared to learn and ready to learn, okay? It's hard to be motivated if you are sitting in front of your gaming console or laying in bed, at least from my experience. Your second expectation is to do your gratitude share again this week. So pop into the discussion. Your groups will look pretty similar because people did post on the same days that they did the week previous, other than a few that have been shifted into groups to accommodate them posting earlier in the week. So that's awesome that they're posting earlier, and so you might find one or two new group members in your group, but the groups for the most part are the same. And just some feedback on your discussion posts. You guys are doing such a great job with interacting with each other. Yeah, for me it feels, and I've said this last week too, it's my joy reading your discussion posts. It's one of the reasons that I love my job, and it makes me feel like we're still in the class watching you guys chat back and forth. Your third expectation is to continue with your daily gratitude journal entries. So that's for the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I have posted that if you help me out with the passion project that was explained in last week's expectation breakdown video. So if you send in a photo or a video answering what you like most about high school or about being a student at St. James, you do not need to write in your gratitude journal for one of the days of the week, okay? So you can just write on that slide, I sent in my passion project, or I sent in a video or a photo to Miss Endicott, and you don't have to write a journal entry for that day, just as a little incentive to help me out. Your final expectation is to join us in the Zoom call this week to share your music in a time of COVID assignment. So how this is going to work is while you fill out your Google form, which should happen Monday or Tuesday every single week. So at the bottom of your Google form, there's a question that says, which of the following Zoom call times works for you to share your music in a time of COVID assignment this week? So your options are Wednesday at 1 p.m. or Thursday at 1 p.m. It also has an option that says, I do not wish to share my music in a time because of COVID, because my audio or video does not work, please follow up. And then there's also an option that says, I do not wish to share my music in a time of COVID because I don't feel comfortable sharing, please follow up. So if you are not joining one of the Zoom calls either Wednesday or Thursday for one of those reasons, then I will be reaching out to you and you can share with me. So that means that I'm either going to be phoning you so that you can share your assignment with me and give me a brief explanation, or maybe we'll email. It's more likely that we'll call, but I will reach out to you if that is what you fill out there. And if you are working and that is the reason that you can't make Wednesday or Thursday at 1 p.m., or you have a virtual doctor's appointment, then in that question there's an other response and you can write it in there. And just like I said for the previous options, I will call and you can share your music in a time of COVID over the phone at a time that we figure out together that works for both of us. I really do think that these Zoom calls, although at times a little bit glitchy with audio or video, they're just a great time to see each other's faces, to understand and share both the joys that you've been having and the struggles of online learning. I think that a lot of you weren't surprised to hear that a lot of your classmates are in the same boat right now, and online learning isn't always easy, but there are some little joys and some things that we can be grateful for. So joining the Zoom calls each week I think are important to share our work and to keep a sort of sense of normalcy as to how we share assignments, and also to keep us mentally healthy as well. And that is all for this week. Now, for those of you whose hearts I probably broke by saying I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so the extent of my knowledge is knowing that the words come from the bottom of the screen and scroll to the top. I hope that you can appreciate that we all have different things that we value in our life. For me, it was last Thursday, the last day of April, just playing It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC on a loop because May was coming. So as a 90s kid, this is me saying, I'll see you later and have a great week. It's gonna be May, it's gonna be May, it's gonna be May.